The business started in 1969 in city of Jaipur, India, Rajasthan by my father, Dhamani. He started different offices around the world until it was 1989 since I joined the business. And then once I joined the business, he asked me the question where I want to take the business next level to. And that was the time we chose Thailand to be a place where I started my early journey in 1989.
We were typically a wholesaler, so we used to buy rough from different parts of the world and used to cut and polish in Bangkok.
When I joined Dhamani, we used to sell diamonds and gemstones to many of the major suppliers and retailers in Dubai and elsewhere in GCC.
And practically we are among the first diamond and gem company in Dubai and UAE. And the first of the retail store we opened in Dera Gold Souk.
And from there till now we have almost 16 shops. But at that time it was very specific to where do we really land so that at least we don't miss out on the location. So I think the Gold Souk was the first place to be because that was like kind of the art of, and which is still today is the art of Dubai. When it comes to jewelry, we realized that there's a huge potential for the brand to grow as a retailer. And I think that's when we really came up with the idea of making the jewelry more personalized and bespoke.
Mr. Amit Dhamani gave a call to this company from US. It's called GS Fitch. GS Fitch is an advisor to a brand. If you call them, they say, you have to pay $20,000 only for a visit. Why will they come to somewhere in a Gold Souk office to know about a brand which has 2 stores in the Gold Souk? And then they come up and they say, okay, is this the vision of Dhamani? And yes, it was the director's vision to take it to a different level.
Say Dhamani is a Dubai company, and I'm Italian, so coming from outside, my approach with this land, with this country, was a happy approach. Sometimes it is very hot in terms of weather, but my perception here, it is a multicultural, multi-ethnical country, but with a very strong personality and with a strong basis in a proper culture. And Dhamani is an Indian family. I started to suggest why not to start to create our concept design using the 7 elements of the nature. In production, we have many steps checking what we are doing.
All of my people here, when you see them here, they improve every day. We don't only hire the best of the best, but we have the people like Luciano who help us to make sure that they improvise every time when they go forward.
We check by ourselves, but also we check with our guests because sometimes are very difficult and very elaborated items.
We follow the different trends in the fashion shows, be the clothing, be a lifestyle around the world. And then after that, we bring that learning to the customers whom we are serving in locally there. But we bring the designs on the piece of paper with the help of our designers, and that brings closer to the reality, and then we make the pieces according to their requirements and needs.
Sometimes it takes 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, sometimes 8 months. When they are actively involved in design process, then stone selection process, we produce and display to them variety of stones which can go to the piece of their choice.
We can say that the nature gives us the possibility to use a lot of beautiful gemstones. People say semi-precious, but I think it is not a correct way to define the gemstone. Gemstones are gemstones, but it is matter of sensitivity, matter of taste.
We predominantly work with emeralds and the rubies and sapphires. We have in our collection a fancy red diamond, which must be only less than 50 pieces in the world. Dhamani have one of those. So we source the gems and diamonds from the origin, cut and polish them, design with our own design team, manufacture in our design bases in Italy, Europe, and other places around the world.
And I think going forward, we just wanted to make sure as a brand, if we want to be a brand, we want to have that supply of the gemstone which used to come from different sources. The jewelry business have got a lot of flags in different parts of the world. So we wanted to always be very sure that the kind of a procurement that we have is so transparent. The company we actually deal with, everybody have a KYC, the international KP certificate we call it. It helps us to make sure that we get a supply chain which is non-conflict.
In 2003, we went through a certification program with Dubai municipality called Barik, and we became the first jeweler in Middle East to sell every piece of gem and diamond certified. They will have full information of what they were buying. So they were knowing what color, cut, clarity, grade of their stone and diamond, what kind of specification, which mines it comes from, which origin it comes from. This really helped customers over the years to really make informed decisions.
This region has a more affinity towards gold, especially the Arabs, the Asians, even the Europeans. They always view Dubai as a city of gold. We have never sold just plain gold jewelry.
And companies like us, when we came here, certainly it was not easy to penetrate and update customers about the beauty of natural gemstones and diamonds. Gold still have much higher recognition globally, but at the same time gold is very heavy to carry and not very comfortable or easy to store. This is where in the next level of investment where gems and diamond come in place. Surprisingly, in last 20 years, some rare gems like emeralds, rubies, sapphires and color diamonds have outperformed gold by far. But it is only for limited number of people who knew and invested in gems and diamond.
There are a lot of substitute that comes in the market, right? But you can't just compare the rarity to something which is a substitute, because there is a different audience for substitute, but there's a different audience for natural. So I think market is big enough to consume both ends.
If I go back with my memories, one day in my 6 years old, I discovered my father to make this job, this very peculiar job, working by hands, a piece of wax and then piece of metal, and creating something from nothing. Something soft, something not romantic, but with a personality. And of course, I started to ask to my father, why you are doing that? And at a certain point, my father told me, oh, please, don't ask me always why. If you want to learn, if you want to make experience, you stay here on a side of me and you observe. And all these experiences gave me the possibility to read the small details. I'm not able to use PC or some software. What I do by hand. Design, it is only the last part of the creative process. If you are an artist, the main question is what? But if you are a designer, the main question is why. What I love, when I finish my job around 9 in the evening, I go to Deira. I go to Burj Dubai. I go to Riga. Because in this place, I can see the other side of the moon of Dubai. My personal life, my inspiration coming from this kind of completely different level of life. Some years ago, Mr. Manish received a request to study and to design one piece representative of the UAE and specifically Dubai land and culture. I discovered reading some books that you have a specific tree that grows in the desert, having very green, unbelievable green leaves. The name of this tree is Prosopis cineraria. So at that time I studied the shape of this Prosopis cineraria, and I imaged at that time to use very small portion of this tree as an element composing the necklace that we designed.
We are the exclusive right holders of Dubai Cut Diamond. It is a 99 faceted diamond which symbolizes the holy name of Allah in Quran.
DMCC and Government of Dubai were on look for a jeweler who can do full justice of launching these diamonds and making a collection out of it. And we were giving a tender among the 5-6 biggest jewelry companies in Dubai that time. It was huge for us. When we won the contract and the exclusive rights for selling of Dubai Cut were given to us in 2006.
So we are very, very touched that we are in this kind of business which can connect to the feelings, to the emotions, to the personality of each person, irrespective of their choice, irrespective of the size of purchase. We are able to make a difference.
I remember very vividly when I actually wanted to start something, I said, my father, there's so many opportunities other than just being in the business of jewelry. And he said, just try once and see how do you feel like it. And I remember going to the factory and we used to mark on the gemstone where is going to be the sewing and every small detail to transform that rough into a polish. I think that memory actually connected me with this business, and I really appreciated him a lot. Even after that, he helped me to be in the business, which is actually became my passion later on.
For sure, my father is a mentor, but when you walk around in the life, when you walk around to go in the real world and actually implement those learnings, you need somebody, a companion. So that was my brother Amit, who always was there with me whenever we have traveled around the world. We are three brothers. It's me, my brother Rohit and Manish. We're active directors in the company. All our wives are equally active directors since day one. We are very happy to be three generations, and the vision which is started by my father, late father, Mr. Dhamani, we are taking it to multiple levels.